everybody, Josh here. Welcome back to my channel. Do a lot of videos on IT, cybersecurity, education, and career things. And today's video is going to be a pretty casual video. I'm just going to talk about why I quit my last job and also explain like what I did there as well and what I am planning or have not really decided to do next. So yeah, if you don't mind, smash that like button and consider subscribing. So yeah, let's get started. So my previous job, I was the cybersecurity program manager, specifically the vulnerability management program manager for King County in Washington State. So King County is just a large local government entity. I think it's like the 12th or 13th largest county in the United States. And I was the vulnerability management program manager. For vulnerability management, if you don't know, it's basically I'll just kind of show you actually with some pictures. If you Google vulnerability management, or Bing, I guess. Basically, it's this like ongoing cycle of doing essentially these things here. Like you discover, whatever assets are on your network. For sake of simplicity, we'll just imagine a bunch of computers and servers. So discover the devices and do like a vulnerability assessment on them, whether it's using Nessus, check out this video I just made, or Rapid7 or Qualys or whatever. You assess vulnerabilities on the assets, you make reports and kind of look at the vulnerabilities and you remediate the vulnerabilities. That means like you either install Windows updates or fix some insecure configurations or update your third-party software just to kind of remediate the vulnerabilities. And then you do another scan to kind of verify that the vulnerabilities have been remediated. So basically my job was to kind of drive this process for the whole county. And it's obviously like the more people and the more assets and the more departments you have, it gets like more and more like complex to do something like this. It seems like the idea is like really simple, but there's like human aspect to it and all of that good thing. So basically my job was to mature this vulnerability management program for the county. And a little bit of context for the county, it's not just like one company, it's like, like the county IT department, the main IT department, which is what I'm a part of. And then there's like the sheriff's office and then public health and then district court and like superior court and like all the social services and like the transport and the assessor's office and like all these different entities. They're essentially like all like you can imagine them as like you did like an acquisition or something and you have a whole bunch of like little companies like inside of your big company. So pretty complicated. And all these, like most of these little other entities have their own IT department too. So my job was to kind of manage and mature the vulnerability management program for all those people. And basically it just requires like a lot of like, interviewing them initially and like coordinating things and then assessing everyone's capability and like figuring out what everyone else does like currently for vulnerability management to kind of, and with the intent of like bringing everyone into the same program and bringing them all on the same page. So that was essentially my job. My job wasn't to go and like fix the actual vulnerabilities. Like I was a manager for the platform to do the scans, but I'm not technically allowed to like go and actually fix anything or do anything. So that's basically my job. And what my day-to-day looked like would be kind of random tasks facilitating that overall goal of, maturing the program. But aside from that, I would do like a lot of ad hoc scans and vulnerability assessments for certain projects or other departments who had projects going through the pipeline. And I would kind of work with them on remediation efforts for strategizing in the tactical/technical portion of the remediation effort. I would kind of help them on that. And sometimes we'll do like pen tests depending on, what the project is or like the reason, there's certain reasons to do pen tests. And I cannot and would not do the actual pen test, but I would have to coordinate the actual pen test, like scoping out the pen test with like the entity who is doing the pen test and take care of like purchasing and like all of that good stuff. So I would coordinate that as well. And then other little things like here and there. But my kind of main goal was to drive the vulnerability management program. And the reason, like getting into the reason like why I quit, it's basically like, this is going to sound like I'm whining and I probably am whining a little bit, but to be honest, my time and energy is like really important to me because like depending on what my work is, right? If my work is like 100% fun and engaging for me, I don't really have a need to do anything outside of work. But a lot of the times like I have like desire to do certain things outside of work. Like I'm doing YouTube, right? I want to do YouTube and I wanted to get my comp sci degree, which I finished in September, and I want to study things sometimes, but all those things like require energy essentially, especially YouTube. But if my energy is like gone at the end of the day from work and the work I'm doing is like not satisfying, I tend to like get tired of working like real quick. And with this particular job, the thing that I didn't like about it was a lot of the times with like government entities or even like federal government, it's really hard to get people to do things sometimes. like really hard, and you have to jump through these crazy hoops with people to get them to do even the most basic of tasks. Like I'll have to like email back and forth like 10 times over the span of like a week or 2 weeks just to install like an agent on some server somewhere. It's really absurd, and it's all because like either people are like unfamiliar with the process, or they don't like change, or they're like dubious of you for some reason, or your department. It's just really ridiculous. And like as a program manager, I have to get other humans to do certain things for me. Like I cannot go to a computer and like do something, because I'm in more of a strategic role, and there's that whole separation of duties things where I'm not allowed to do certain things. So I have to like build rapport with people and like get them to do things. And I'm really good at this, I can say, because I can communicate really well with people, and like, you know, generally people like working with me. But it just like the energy that's required to do the most basic of things is just not really worth it. A good example of this, like going back to the agent thing, like I have to expend like so much energy just to get like the smallest of result, like install the agent on a computer or something. And at the end of the day, I go home and I have like, you know, 10% energy left. It's barely enough to like take a shower and like cook dinner. And it's just not worth it. And I look back at what I was able to accomplish in like the last day or the last week or like the last month or year or whatever. And it's like, it's quite demoralizing for me. And it's not like any one individual's fault. I mean, maybe it's my fault, who knows, but it's just like a systemic thing in a lot of local government. Not all the time, but a lot of the time. I've worked in more than one kind of environment like this, and it's quite similar. And the larger the entity is, like the worse it tends to be. So I just, you know, I wanted to spend my time doing other things like YouTube, and it really bugs me when my day is done and I just don't have any energy left, and I couldn't accomplish anything like really of significance at work. So I don't know, maybe a future employer is watching this and I'm disqualifying myself from a bunch of jobs, but that's just how I feel. I'm passionate about my like education, and my time is especially important to me. Like if you look at my resume, it's obvious I like to learn and do stuff, but when I don't have like any energy at the end of the day, it's just like not, whatever my job is, it's just not worth it. So I try to save a lot of money and not get too many responsibilities, so I can kind of have the freedom to quit when I get to these points and like do other things. But as for what I'm going to do next, I don't really know. I've been thinking about a lot of different things. I was thinking about applying to some intelligence agencies, but you know, I don't know. I was thinking about applying to Dakota State University's Cyber Ops PhD program, but which is the whole reason I got the computer science degree, but I'm just not like 100% sure. Like the next thing I do, I want it to be like really, I want to be like really passionate about it, and I can do like assembly language and like learn those things, and you know, because I'm really disciplined, but it's not like 100% fun for me. So I want to like really enjoy the next thing that I really spend a lot of time and energy into. And right now it's YouTube, but I'm thinking like what to do in the future, I guess. I found that I really do like coding. It's like quite fun for me. So, and I can do it for like a long time. Like that's kind of how you can tell if you like doing something. Like if you can do it for a long ass time and like not get tired, then, you know, consider, you know, dumping your time and energy like into that. And I can code for like a long time. So I'm kind of thinking like, oh, maybe I should brush up on algos and data structures and then try to apply to Microsoft or something, or like get really good and try to apply to like one of the FANGs or something like this. I don't know. I guess Microsoft maybe is included in the FANGs. I don't know. But I'm thinking about doing that. But, you know, there's a lot of like stuff to consider. So I'm just going to kind of do YouTube for a while and maybe like work on my algos in the background or something like this. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. But anyway, if you're watching this, I appreciate you watching my videos. I have a lot of fun making them and fun in the comments, and even doing live sometimes is like pretty fun. But yeah, if you have any like recommendations on what I should do or any criticism for me whining about my previous job, you know, I'm willing to listen to it. I 100% read all comments and I respond to everybody. So, you know, just be prepared for that. I started making these videos here where I kind of go through and like read everyone's comment out and then, you know, answer it in the video, and then I'll answer it. I'll type out the answer as well. So check out that. Yeah. Speaking of vulnerability management, I made this video also that kind of gets into how to do vulnerability management, at least the tactical portion of it. And you can kind of watch this video and like learn from it and like put it on your resume. It's pretty good. I made this specifically for like stuff to go on your resume if you're into that kind of thing. But yeah, if you like this video, please consider liking and subscribing. It really helps me a lot. Getting pretty close to 10K. I mean, I'm not going to stop at 10K, of course, but it would help me if you liked and subbed. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Hope it was useful or at least a little bit entertaining, and we'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.